Hey guys, thanks so much for tuning in. Today I wanted to go over if you are a real estate professional and you are not making the money that you deserve, then you should watch this video. All right guys, so as a real estate broker, owner, entrepreneur for over 10 plus years and selling over $20 million as an individual agent personally per year without an assistant, without a buyer's agent, and then growing it naturally to having a buyer's agent, to growing an office, to putting systems in place and learning the next step of my career as a real estate professional, I wanted to give you some quick advice so that you know how to, if you're feeling stuck, if you're feeling like you're not making the money you deserve as a real estate professional, these are my best tips of what to do. Guys, thanks so much for tuning in. Please hit the like button if you haven't already, and let's get right into it. So my first tip and piece of advice is focus on the income producing jobs and the income producing work more than anything else. So think of what you do and take inventory throughout your day. What are you doing? Are you wasting a lot of time in the morning checking email, writing email back? Are you wasting a lot of time on social media? Are you wasting time? Take inventory of that. Also take inventory of where have you made money in the past 12 months? Have you made it from getting a listing? Where did that listing come from? Was it a referral? Was it from making a phone call? Was it from doing an open house? Take inventory of these things because the only thing you can do is track and measure where things have come from and then double down to do more of that. For instance, if you a buyer from an open house and you close that buyer on something else and you made money from it, maybe you should try to do more open houses because the law of averages are going to be the income producing work. Now, some other people might think, oh, open houses are not income producing work. To each his own. But what is income producing work for you? Are you making calls, getting listings? Focus on that because the emails, the administrative stuff is not income producing work. It's administrative work. All right, so my second piece of advice is make sure that you have the systems and the organization in place, or your brokerage does, so that you can take things off your plate and focus on that income producing work better. For instance, do you have a transaction coordinator? When you talk to a client and you meet a buyer and you go and you negotiate an amazing deal for them and they get into a house, what happens after that? Are you bogged down with the, scheduling of everything, the inspections, the doing the paperwork, the making sure the walkthroughs are going properly and making sure, everything's moving according to plan? If you are, and I know a lot of you are, and thinking, oh, I can't delegate that to somebody else because I do the best job. Well, you're always going to be the one that's bogged down by it. And you're never going to get past a point because it's always going to be, oh, I'm too busy. I'm at my limit. Every person is, at their limit at some point. Jeff Bezos is not wrapping packages to save money and packaging what you bought on Amazon and then sending it to you and then calling to see if you call Amazon, he's answering the phone for customer support. That would be insane. So in the same retrospect, you should be thinking and operating the same way. So that if you are a real estate professional and you are doing the most important deals for you, but most high quality, high income producing work, closing deals, negotiating deals, make sure all that stuff is delegated. You have systems in place. If you have somebody that says to you, hey, I want to sell, but not in this market. I want to wait until the spring. So now it's November and you want to wait until May. Okay, great. Where are you going to take it out of here and put it in somewhere so that when you open it up in May, that pops up? Because if you write it in a book, if you put it on an Excel spreadsheet, you're going to drive yourself insane and it will not retain up here if you are doing the work you're supposed to be doing. So make sure the systems and processes are in place. Number 3, make sure you are with an organization that is providing leads for you or that you can provide leads by signing up to some kind of thing. Now, there's a lot of disruption in the industry right now as a real estate professional. And what I always look at is, yes, there's a lot of different opinions on this, whether, okay, I'm on a program that will give me a lead, but I got to give them a 30% referral fee. Well, guess what? This is how I've looked at those situations now. You're giving me a lead that I did not have before. I may close them on $1 million deal. That's a $20,000 commission maybe. I got to give up 30%. So what? Because now I have a relationship with that person. I have their email. I have their personal information. I'm developing a relationship. Every 5 years, the average person moves. So if that person is now going to sell 5 years from now, that's building a book of business. So make sure that you are ideally with a company or an organization that's bringing in leads and distributing them, even if you have to pay out a referral fee. So that's my opinion on that. Okay, so my fourth tip, if you're not making the money you deserve, is get with an organization and a culture that is staffed, that is supportive, that wants you to grow, that is, you feel good going around, because it's not enough to do it yourself. You need to be supported. You know, you can be a lone wolf and do your own thing and not want to be bothered. That's great. But just to have someone there in case you need it, because there may be days that you need it. You may need to have somebody else, your broker, get on the phone, or somebody get on the phone and talk to another person at another company because, you know, you have a problem. So make sure you have a culture, and then not for nothing, just it's always feel good to be part of something. You know, if you're part of a growing culture that has good reputation, good people in it, it makes you feel good. And going out there as you're part of this organization. So that's my opinion on that. Guys, thank you so much for tuning in. Those are my top 4 tips for making more money as a real estate professional and not overthinking it. So if you got any, great thoughts or great ideas out of this video, I hope you did. Please, all I ask is just hit the like button below, subscribe if you have not done so already and you want to hear more real estate advice and tips on how to make more money and how to have a successful career. Then thank you so much for tuning in, and until next time, peace.